Quantum computers can act as a fact checker. You can ask a quantum computer to remove all the garbage, remove all the nonsense in these articles, and it'll do that.
The Antikythera mechanism, as it became known, is made predominantly of bronze.
Quantum computers could completely transform our reality, operating at unimaginable speeds and harnessing the powerful laws of quantum mechanics. With their intricate networks of tangled wires and gleaming metals, these devices imitates images of machines from a fantasy movie. They bring to mind the ancient Antikythera mechanism, a marvel found in the depths of the sea that predicted eclipses long before modern technology. Are we prepared for the revolutionary changes quantum computers will bring? Join us as we explore how these cutting-edge devices could become the foundation of our technological future, shaping a world we have yet to fully imagine. From ancient gears to quantum machines, the history of computers shows that they haven't always looked like the laptops and desktops we use today. For instance, the Antikythera mechanism, an ancient tool found underwater in Greece, was used thousands of years ago to predict astronomical positions and eclipses. Even though it looked nothing like modern computers, it was essentially doing the same job, processing information to solve problems. This ancient tools, like the Antikythera mechanism to today's quantum computers, shows how our inventions reflect our current knowledge and needs. Quantum computers can solve complex problems very quickly, problems that are too hard for regular computers to handle. This could revolutionize areas like medicine, where they might help discover new treatments, or cybersecurity, where they could create or break very strong codes. However, the power of quantum computers doesn't come without risks. They could potentially disrupt a lot of our current systems, especially in areas like online security, because they can decode information much faster than today's computers. This makes it extremely important to think about how to use and control this technology responsibly. The conversation about quantum computers often swings between very positive and very negative predictions. It's essential that we don't just get caught up in the excitement or fear. We need to think carefully about the practical aspects of using quantum technology in everyday life. As quantum computing becomes more common, we all need to understand and engage with what this technology will mean for us. It's not just up to the experts. Everyone should be aware of how these powerful tools might change the way we live and work. We need to ensure that the development of quantum computers benefits society as a whole, helping solve important problems without causing new ones. Therefore, as we move toward a future where quantum computing is normal, we should keep an open mind, but also a critical eye. We should be hopeful about the possibilities, but also vigilant about the challenges and potential problems. Balancing these perspectives will help us make the most of quantum computers while avoiding the pitfalls that come with any new and powerful technology. The bits are represented by something called a transistor, which acts as a little gate, controlling the flow of electricity and switching between the two states. The more transistors a computer chip has, the more bits it can handle at once, and the more powerful the computer is. So naturally, there's a big push to make transistors smaller so we can fit more of them onto a chip. This is supposed to make computers faster and more capable without taking up more space. However, this push for smaller transistors and more power isn't as straightforward as it sounds. Making things smaller isn't always better. As transistors shrink, they start to run into problems like electrons accidentally moving where they shouldn't. Plus, there's only so much you can shrink something before it just can't get any smaller. Despite these issues, the race to shrink transistors continues because every new, slightly better chip is seen as a major leap forward. Companies really talk up these improvements, making each new chip sound like it's going to change the world. But let's be real. These are just small upgrades. The technology isn't changing all that much. It's more about refining what we already have. And while there's nothing wrong with improvement, the hype can sometimes distract from the fact that these are just incremental changes. Our obsession with more powerful, faster technology mirrors our wider cultural drive for constant growth and efficiency. We always want our devices to do more and to do it faster, in sleeker and lighter forms. This demand drives technological progress, which isn't a bad thing. However, it can also make us overlook the basic limitations of the technology we rely on. After all, no matter how advanced our devices seem, they're still fundamentally just collections of these on-off switches. As impressive as modern technology is, it's built on a very simple foundation. Despite these incredible advancements, our traditional computers are still bound by their basic design. They can only toggle their transistors on or off. This binary system has served us well, but is fundamentally limited in its capabilities, particularly as we face tasks that require more complex and rapid processing. Let's dive into how quantum computing changes everything. Mastering the quantum world. This is where the idea of quantum computing comes into play. Quantum computers don't use traditional bits, they use qubits, which can exist in many states at once, not just on or off. This allows them to handle incredibly complex tasks much faster than current computers can. Quantum computing is still mostly experimental, but has the potential to revolutionize areas ranging from drug discovery to encryption. Yet, this new technology isn't without its problems. The power of quantum computers could also make them a threat to our current security systems, including everything from bank accounts to government. The more powerful our technology becomes, the more potential there is for it to be used in harmful ways. As we continue to develop smaller and more powerful computing technologies, we also have to consider what this means for the future. Are we prepared for the potential consequences of such powerful technology? How will we protect against new types of cyber threats? And on a more philosophical level, are there limits to what should be attempted even in the pursuit of progress and efficiency? These are questions that we need to address as we stand on the brink of these significant technological advancements. However, getting these particles to behave as we want them to is incredibly challenging. They operate under the rules of quantum mechanics, which allows them to be in these dual states through something known as superposition. But keeping them stable and making sure they perform correctly without errors is a complex task that requires a lot of advanced technology and precision. The reality of working with qubits and building quantum computers is tough. There's a huge gap between what's theoretically possible and what can currently be done with the technology we have. Quantum computing companies often talk about the huge potential of their machines, but the truth is, we're still in the early days of making these machines practical and reliable. They are prone to errors, and the qubits themselves need to be kept at freezing temperatures, which makes the whole setup quite expensive and delicate. Even though quantum computing promises big things, like changing how we keep things secure online or speeding up how we discover new medicines, the actual progress is slow. Every advancement seems to come with a full set of new challenges to overcome. The conversation around quantum computing swings between extreme excitement for what could be achieved and a more challenging discussion about the hurdles that are still in the way. This blend of potential and challenge makes quantum computing a fascinating field. But it also means that we have to be patient and realistic about what can be achieved and when. As we continue to explore and develop these technologies, it's important to keep both the excitement and the difficulties in mind, balancing our expectations with a clear view of the current state of the technology. Quantum mechanics is notoriously complex, but let's break it down into more digestible parts, especially when it comes to understanding bits and qubits. In traditional computing, everything operates in bits. A bit is the smallest piece of data in a computer, and it has a very straightforward job. It can either be a 0 or a 1. When you put two of these bits together, things stay relatively simple. You end up with only 4 possible combinations: 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 0, or 1, 1. Each combination represents a distinct piece of information, but the framework remains firmly rooted in either zeros or ones. There's no in-between. Now, enter the world of quantum computing, where qubits come into play. Qubits are similar to bits, but with a twist. They can be both 0 and 1 at the same time. This ability is known as superposition. When you pair up 2 qubits, the rules change drastically compared to classical bits. Instead of the 4 combinations you get with bits, 2 qubits can exist in multiple states simultaneously due to their dual nature. Imagine you're looking at a pair of qubits. Because each one can be both 0 and 1 at once, they can represent much more information together. The possibilities include not only 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 0, and 1, 1, but each of these states can coexist, overlapping and combining in ways traditional bits never could. This isn't just a minor upgrade, it's a fundamental change in how information can be stored and processed. It's as though each pair of qubits operates in a dimension where traditional rules of data don't fully apply. For those unfamiliar with quantum physics, this might sound like we're diving into the depths of theoretical science, far removed from everyday experience. However, this isn't merely academic. The implications for computing are immense. Quantum computers, leveraging these qubits, could potentially solve certain types of problems much faster than the best computers we currently have. They could transform areas such as cryptography, materials science, and complex systems simulation. Next, we'll look at the real-world challenges and progress in quantum computing, the race to 100,000 qubits. But this quantum leap comes with challenges. The behavior of qubits, their sensitivity to their environment, and their need for specific conditions to operate make them difficult to manage. Moreover, the more qubits you have, the more complex the management becomes. The theory sounds promising and the potential is thrilling, but the practical application is still a work in progress. Skeptics are rightfully cautious, watching closely to see if these theoretical advantages can be realized in practical, reliable ways. If you're starting to grasp the potential and the hurdles, you might be getting a taste of what quantum physicists wrestle with daily. Their work often straddles the line between groundbreaking potential and the rigorous demands of turning theory into reality. As we explore the possibilities of quantum computing, we're not just looking at a new type of technology, but at a new frontier in our understanding of the universe and how we can harness its laws to drive innovation. Schrodinger's thought experiment is essentially a way to highlight the peculiarities of quantum mechanics, using a hypothetical situation involving a cat and a deadly hazard like poison inside a closed box. The experiment was never about harming an actual cat. Rather, it was devised to make a point about how things work differently at the quantum level compared to our everyday experiences. In this scenario, the cat is placed in a box along with a mechanism that could release poison based on a random trigger. Once the box is sealed, there's no way to know the condition of the cat without opening it. According to the rules of the everyday world, the cat would either be alive or dead. However, quantum mechanics introduces a twist where the cat can be considered both alive and dead at the same time. This peculiar state is known as superposition. Superposition is a core concept in quantum physics, and it's quite a brain twister. It suggests that as long as we don't check inside the box, multiple realities can coexist. In this case, the cat being both alive and dead simultaneously. This isn't something we can observe directly in our daily lives, but it's crucial for understanding how particles behave at microscopic levels. The importance of this thought experiment extends into the realm of quantum computing. In a quantum computer, bits of data aren't just simple ones or zeros. They are qubits, which can exist in multiple states at once, thanks to superposition. This allows quantum computers to process a vast array of possibilities simultaneously. Imagine you're trying to solve a maze. A regular computer would try one path, backtrack when it hits a dead end, and try another. A quantum computer, on the other hand, explores multiple paths at the same time. This parallel exploration of paths can lead to finding the solution much faster. However, there's a catch. This state of being in multiple possibilities at once is extremely delicate. Any kind of measurement or observation of the qubits collapses their superposition state into one definite state, similar to finally opening the box to check on the cat, which forces the reality to choose whether the cat is alive or dead. Thus, the challenge in quantum computing is not just about creating these superpositions, but maintaining them long enough to perform calculations before they naturally collapse due to interaction with their surroundings, a process known as decoherence. Managing this effectively is key to harnessing the power of quantum computing. While Schrodinger's cat might seem like a strange and morbid tale, it encapsulates the essence of quantum mechanics and its applications. It shows how our classical intuition about reality does not always hold up at the quantum level, where the usual rules don't apply, and multiple realities can exist in a delicate balance until they are disturbed. This concept is what might drive major advancements in computing in the future, making it possible to solve problems that are currently beyond our reach. IBM is at the forefront of this technology, having developed a quantum computer with more than 1,000 qubits. They predict this number will soar to 100,000 qubits in the next 10 years. These figures are impressive and can be bewildering to those not familiar with the tech world, sparking a mix of excitement and doubt about what quantum computing can really achieve. It's crucial to understand that quantum computers aren't just upgraded versions of our current computers. Comparing them is like comparing boats to cars. Both serve as means of transportation, but are useful in very different scenarios. Boats allow travel across water to places cars cannot reach. Similarly, quantum computers are designed to solve complex problems that are currently beyond the reach of classical computers, like intricate simulations for new medicines or solving massive optimization problems. However, the idea that quantum computers will replace everyday computers is a misconception. They are specialized tools designed for specific tasks that are too challenging for classical computers. This technology is not about replacing, but augmenting our current capabilities. Now, we'll explore how quantum computing affects digital security and daily life. Apple's quiet battle against quantum risks. This excitement around quantum computing must be tempered with a realistic perspective. Transitioning to quantum computing involves not only huge financial costs, but also major advancements in making these systems more reliable and scalable. Quantum computers are not only about having lots of qubits, but making sure they work together effectively without errors, a challenge that remains significant. The integration of quantum computing into wider technology use also brings up many practical and ethical issues. Moving from traditional to quantum computing isn't just about technological upgrades, but also about solving these new problems. While the potential of quantum computing is vast, it's essential to understand its current limitations and the challenges ahead. The transformation from classical computing to quantum computing isn't just about technological growth. It involves expanding our toolkit to include both old and new technologies to address a wider range of concerns. As we approach this new era of quantum capabilities, it's important to keep our expectations grounded. Quantum computing promises to open new doors and solve previously unsolvable problems, but it also demands careful consideration of its role in our technological landscape. It's not just about achieving milestones in computing power, but also about navigating the complex issues that come with such a transformative technology. Quantum computers are intriguing, but don't expect to have one sitting in your living room anytime soon. The main reason is that these machines need extreme cold to function. Temperatures as close to absolute zero as possible, which is far colder than outer space. To achieve this, you'd need an incredibly powerful cooling system. After setting up such an elaborate system, the quantum computer can only work for about a second before it stops functioning properly, because its qubits, the basic units of quantum computing, lose their special quantum state. Adding to the challenge, quantum computers are prone to making errors. Unlike the computers and gadgets we use daily that give us consistent and reliable results, quantum computers frequently make mistakes. These machines have error rates ranging from 1 mistake in every 100 operations to 1 mistake in every 1,000 operations. For a quantum computer to be truly effective and practical, it would need to reduce its error rate to at least 1 mistake in every 1 million operations. The nature of qubits contributes to this problem. Each qubit is unstable on its own, and when you combine many of them to increase the computer's power, their instability increases exponentially. This means the more powerful a quantum computer is, the more likely it is to make errors. So, the idea here is that more power in quantum computing terms leads to more problems. Despite these significant issues, quantum computers have an impressive ability to solve complicated mathematical problems incredibly quickly, tasks that would take traditional computers thousands of years to complete. This capability is remarkable and could revolutionize fields like drug discovery and financial modeling. However, it also poses a risk, especially to the security of information. These computers could potentially break the encryption that protects our data online, leading to significant security concerns. For example, most people using iPhones might not have noticed, but in February 2024, Apple announced an upgrade to iMessage's encryption. This upgrade is a quiet nod to the potential threat posed by quantum computers to digital security. By enhancing the encryption, Apple is preparing for a future where quantum computers could easily break traditional codes. Whether these precautions will be enough to defend against the advancing capabilities of quantum computers is still up in the air, but it's a step towards protecting user data against future threats. The concept of post-quantum security has made its way into Apple's security strategy, which suggests a growing concern about the threat of quantum computing. Essentially, this means Apple is working on making sure that even the most advanced quantum computers in the future won't be able to break into your iMessage account. This is good news for anyone worried about their private messages being exposed. However, Apple's move also sheds light on a bigger issue. Many other online services we use every day haven't upgraded their security in the same way. This includes services like email providers, banks, cloud storage platforms, and even cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin, which rely heavily on current cryptographic techniques to keep data safe. While Apple is taking steps to protect its services, the overall landscape of digital security is patchy, with many services still vulnerable to potential quantum hacking. This situation highlights a significant gap in the approach to security across different sectors and services. Finally, we'll see how the race for quantum tech impacts global security, finding our way through the quantum computing. This lack of uniform security measures becomes even more concerning when considering the global competition in quantum computing. The race to develop quantum technology is not just a matter of technological advancement, but also a crucial strategic and geopolitical issue. As of 2020, China was leading the way with the most advanced and stable quantum computers. In response, under President Donald Trump, the United States committed to investing $1 billion annually by 2022 to enhance its quantum computing capabilities. This financial commitment is impressive, but it also raises questions about the effectiveness and speed of development in quantum technology within the US. The competition in quantum computing is not just about which country has the best technology. It's also about securing digital infrastructures and protecting them against future threats. As Apple starts to secure its systems against quantum threats, the disparity in readiness across different sectors could lead to significant vulnerabilities. This issue is complicated by the slow pace of development and deployment of quantum-safe technologies in sectors outside of Apple's influence. Without a unified approach to upgrading our digital security systems, we risk having a fragmented security landscape where some data is well protected while other data remains exposed. Moreover, the race to develop quantum computing is also a race for technological supremacy on the global stage. As countries and companies vie for leadership in this field, the stakes are high. The outcome of this race will determine not just the future of global technology, but also which countries hold the keys to the most powerful computing capabilities. Given these dynamics, it is crucial for there to be a comprehensive and coordinated strategy that includes not only national efforts, but also collaborations between governments and the private sector. This strategy should aim to accelerate the development and deployment of quantum-safe technologies across all digital services and infrastructures. The goal is to ensure that as the quantum era approaches, we are prepared and our digital lives are securely protected against new types of threats. A group has committed to investing $15 billion every year into their quantum technology projects. This is a significant amount of money, and it understandably might make some people nervous about what this means for personal privacy and global safety. However, most of us don't have much power to influence these giant tech ventures. What we can do, though, is keep an eye on the security features of the online services we use. As companies begin to adopt stronger post-quantum encryption techniques, it's wise for us to consider whether our personal information is sufficiently protected. For those concerned about their digital security, moving to platforms that offer advanced encryption might not just be a smart move, it might soon be essential. It's a bit disheartening to think that our role in this age of rapid technological development is limited to watching from the sidelines or worrying about our data. Yet, there is a brighter side to consider, particularly the immense benefits quantum computing might bring. This technology goes beyond just enhancing computer speed or securing data. It could fundamentally change our understanding of the world around us. Presently, our traditional computers are not very good at unraveling nature's complexities. This is evident in fields like biology and weather forecasting, where our predictions and understandings often fall short. Over 20 years ago, scientists mapped the human genome using the most powerful computers of that time, marking a significant achievement. However, even today, with much more advanced technology, we are still struggling to solve many biological puzzles. A major challenge is that elements of nature, including diseases and viruses, operate on a quantum level, meaning their components can exist in multiple states at once, similar to the components inside a quantum computer. For example, the behavior of viruses and their reactions to drugs can't be precisely predicted with traditional computing. They are probabilistic until directly observed or measured. Quantum computing could change this by allowing us to simulate and understand these probabilities effectively. To really grasp the workings of nature, we must engage at the quantum level, the very scale at which natural processes occur. Quantum computing holds the promise of enabling us to model and comprehend these complex interactions in ways we've never before managed. This could lead to breakthroughs not just in computing power, but in our ability to prevent or cure diseases like cancer, which has eluded a cure despite extensive research and investment. As we edge closer to potentially unlocking the fundamental puzzles of existence, from the smallest atoms to the vast universe, it's an exciting time to be alive. Although it's uncertain if these advances will happen in our lifetimes, the prospect of being part of such a transformative period should be viewed as an extraordinary opportunity. We are not just witnessing technological progress, we are at the forefront of expanding human knowledge and capabilities, setting the stage for future generations to possibly solve some of the toughest challenges facing our world today. This isn't just about making new gadgets. It's about paving the way for meaningful solutions that could greatly improve human life. Do you think technology will solve more problems than it creates? Leave your thoughts in the comments and don't forget to subscribe for more discussions.